As long as your parts meet the recommended material thickness criteria for the scanner, you should be able to achieve a high-quality scan of your part. There are some tips for scanning, however, that will help you maximize your scan quality. First, part orientation. No matter how your part is fixtured, you'll want to minimize the distance that the X-rays have to travel through the part at any point during the scan. In the case of a monomaterial part, this typically means orienting the long axis to be approximately vertical. And if your part is multi-material, you want to orient the denser material to be approximately vertical. Take, for example, this carabiner here. Now, when I orient this part, I will not orient it in this fashion where the X-rays will have to travel all the way through the long part of the carabiner. Instead, I'll orient it so the long axis is, again, approximately vertical. Now, another tip for orientation to keep in mind is that if your part has flat surfaces, you want to make sure that those are not horizontal. So if I were scanning a long cylinder, for example, instead of orienting it perfectly vertical, I would give it a 5 or 10 degree tilt. And both of these orientation tricks, these will help to reduce and mitigate reconstruction artifacts. Once you've decided how you'd like to orient your part, you'll want to securely fixture it in that orientation. If you're scanning the same part repeatedly, you can make a reusable stand with 3D printing or out of some light material like acrylic or cardboard or thin wood sheet. For a flexible solution, however, that can accommodate a wide variety of parts, floral foam can actually be used to easily create a fixture that can match any geometry. And I'll do that here for the carabiner that I have. So first I'll cut off a small piece of it, and I'll go ahead and just press the carabiner into it in the orientation that I picked out earlier. And there we have it. And once you've fixtured the part, you should always give it a little shake just to ensure that it's not moving. Because the last thing you want is for your part to shift during the scan, as that will create some reconstruction artifacts. Now, another tip to keep in mind is that when it comes to really dense or multi-material parts, you'll likely want to use filters to achieve a proper histogram spread or to reduce artifacts related to having multiple materials in the same scan. And this is where filtering and the motorized filter array come into play. The filters, they're simply just pieces of metal that will go in front of the source, and these pieces of metal will absorb the weaker X-rays, leaving behind the more energetic X-rays that are more capable of penetrating dense materials. And that's all I've got for tips today. No matter what you're scanning, we're excited to share with you the power of CT scanning and the Lumafield Neptune. Learn more about Lumafield and the new way to see the world on our website.